You ever feel like your body's just not cooperating the way it used to? Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into metabolism, and we're going to ask a really important question. Is your metabolism actually slow, or is it just stuck? I mean, it's a story so many of us can relate to, right? The same diet and exercise plan that was your go-to in your 20s just doesn't seem to work in your 40s. The scale won't move, or maybe it's even ticking upwards. So what on earth is going on? So for decades, the go-to villain has been a slow metabolism. But you know what? Experts are now saying we've been pointing the finger at the wrong thing. It's not about speed. It's about adaptability. Your metabolism hasn't slowed down. It's lost its flexibility. Okay, so that's the keyword for today, metabolic flexibility. What does that even mean? And what happens when we lose it? Well, to put it simply, it's your body's knack for switching fuel sources on the fly. You eat carbs, it should burn sugar for energy. But if you haven't eaten in a while, it should be able to flip a switch and start burning your stored body fat instead. To really wrap your head around this, Dr. Aisha Charuhul has this brilliant analogy. She says to think of your metabolism like a really advanced hybrid car engine. So a healthy, flexible metabolism is kind of like that hybrid car. It's got two fuel tanks. One is for sugar, or glucose, which is like high-octane racing fuel. It gives you a quick burst of energy. The other tank is fat, which is like a huge reserve tank. It's for long-haul, sustained energy. A flexible metabolism switches between these two effortlessly. But when it becomes inflexible, that engine gets stuck. It gets hooked on that quick burn sugar and completely forgets how to tap into its own powerful fat reserves. And this is where it gets real. When your engine can't make that switch to burn fat, what does it do? It just stores it. That stubborn weight, especially around the middle that just won't seem to go away, yeah, that is a classic sign that your body has pretty much forgotten how to burn its own fat. So, if we're all born with this incredible hybrid engine, how do we end up breaking it? Why does it get so stuck? Well, it's basically a perfect storm of modern life, isn't it? We're constantly pumping our bodies full of easy-to-burn sugar from processed foods and all-day snacking. We sit for hours on end, which sends a signal to our body that says, hey, no need to tap into the long-term energy stores. You add chronic stress and not enough good sleep to the mix, and you've created the perfect conditions for the body to get locked in sugar-burning mode. It just never gets the memo to switch over to fat burning. Now let's zoom in way down to the cellular level. Think of it like this. Inside our cells, there's a little switch called AMPK. When your cellular energy gets low, say from exercising or from not eating for a bit, this AMPK switch flips on. And that's the signal to start burning fat. But in our modern world of constant grazing, the energy levels in our cells are almost always topped off. So that little switch, it stays off. And our bodies get stuck in fat storage mode instead of fat burning mode. But, and this is the really good news, you are not doomed. This isn't a life sentence. You can absolutely give your metabolic engine a tune-up and get that flexibility back. And a tune-up doesn't mean you have to jump into some crazy, intense workout program. Not at all. Prof. Dr. Yavuz Yorukoglu suggests just a simple 6-minute routine every morning to kind of heat the engine. We're not trying to burn a ton of calories here. The real point is just to send that first wake-up call to your muscles, telling them to get ready to use some energy. It's all about consistency, not killing yourself at the gym. Now, one of the most powerful tools in this tune-up kit is simply giving your engine a break. And that's where intermittent fasting comes into play. By creating a window of about 12 to 18 hours where you're not eating, maybe you finish dinner a little earlier and have breakfast a little later, you force your body to burn through its immediate sugar stores. And that's what makes it finally flip that AMPK switch back on and start burning fat. Of course, it's really important to look at the whole picture. It's not about doing just one of these things. It's about combining tools, right? So you combine something like intermittent fasting with getting better sleep, finding ways to manage your stress, just getting up and moving a bit throughout the day, and being more mindful of the kind of fuel you're putting into that engine in the first place. So let's say you start doing this tune-up. How do you actually know it's working? What does it feel like to get that metabolic flexibility back? Well, the payoff is huge, and it's pretty clear. You're going to notice some big improvements. First off, your energy levels. They get a massive boost and become way more stable. So you can say goodbye to that 3 p.m. slump. At the same time, you'll notice you have way fewer cravings because your body isn't constantly screaming for a quick sugar hit. And of course, the big one. Managing your weight becomes so much easier because your engine is finally efficiently doing what it's supposed to do, burning its own fat for fuel. So the next time you get frustrated with your metabolism, maybe don't ask if it's slow. Ask if it's stuck. The real key isn't just about what you eat, but when you eat, how you move, and how you live. It's all about teaching your body how to use all the amazing fuel it already has. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.